Those who follow the evangelical counsels of poverty, chastity, and obedience give up many pleasures of the world so they can love and serve God more completely. They live out the meaning of the Bible verse. What good is it for a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? God values these counsels more than wealth. What does Jesus especially recommend that is not strictly required by God's law? Jesus especially recommends following the evangelical counsels: voluntary poverty, lifelong chastity, and complete obedience. 1. Evangelical here means found in the Gospels. These counsels are clearly taught in Scripture. They are called counsels because they are invitations, not commands. Everyone is welcome to follow them, but no one is forced. Jesus said, "Not everyone can accept this teaching, but only those who have been given it." 2. The evangelical counsels help overcome the three main sinful tendencies in people: greed, lust, and pride. They free a person to rise more easily toward God. Good works help heal these faults. Prayer fights pride, fasting fights lust, and giving to the poor fights greed. But the evangelical counsels cure these faults at the root. Obedience defeats pride. Chastity destroys lust, and poverty removes greed. 3. The evangelical counsels are not perfection by themselves. They are only the best tools for reaching perfection. If someone accepts the counsels but does not actually live them or make sacrifices for them, that person is still far from perfect. What is voluntary poverty? Voluntary poverty means giving up all earthly possessions for the love of God. 1. Jesus recommended voluntary poverty. If you want to be perfect, go, sell what you have, and give to the poor. Jesus himself lived very poor. He was born in a stable, had poor parents, and had no home of his own. 2. Every Christian must give to the poor according to their means. But voluntary poverty means giving up all possessions, not just some, and accepting the hardships that come with being poor, for the sake of God. What is perpetual chastity? Perpetual chastity means freely choosing not to marry and avoiding all impure desires. 1. Jesus encouraged perfect chastity when he said, "Let anyone accept this who can." Jesus himself was perfectly chaste. His mother was a virgin, and he loved children, who are innocent. St. Paul taught that unmarried people can focus more on serving God, while married people must also care for their spouse and family. He explained that virgins and unmarried people can be more devoted to holiness. 2. God's commandments require everyone to live chastely and avoid impurity. But perfect, lifelong chastity means giving up something that is normally good and allowed: marriage. Caring for a family can take up so much time and energy that spiritual life suffers. St. Paul reminded Christians to keep this in mind. Is perfect chastity especially pleasing to God? Yes, perfect chastity is very pleasing to God. 1. When God chose a mother for his son, he picked Mary, the purest virgin. He chose Joseph, also chaste, to protect her. Jesus himself was a virgin, and the apostle he loved most, John, was also a virgin. Scripture praises the beauty and honor of a pure life. 2. Priests and members of religious orders must practice celibacy and perfect chastity. Celibacy means remaining unmarried. St. Paul praised celibacy. He said it is good to stay unmarried as he himself was. He also said that giving a daughter in marriage is good, but not giving her is even better. 3. Even non-Christian cultures have honored the virtue of virginity. If pagans respected those who chose virginity, Christians should respect even more those who choose chastity for God. In ancient Rome, 6 girls called the Vestal Virgins kept a sacred fire burning. They lived in the temple for 30 years and were not allowed to marry. The Romans believed these virgins brought blessings. They were treated with great respect, given honors, front row seats, and special clothing. If a criminal met a Vestal virgin, he was freed. But if a Vestal virgin broke her vow, she was punished very severely. What is perfect obedience? Perfect obedience means giving up your own will completely and following the will of a superior. 1. Jesus taught perfect obedience. He told his apostles, "Follow me." He told the rich young man to give up everything and follow him, meaning to let Jesus guide every part of his life. Jesus was completely obedient to his Father in heaven. He always did his Father's will. He also obeyed his earthly parents, Mary and Joseph. 2. Everyone must obey their rightful superiors. Children must obey parents, citizens must obey lawful authorities, and all must obey spiritual leaders. But this still leaves freedom in many areas of life. Perfect obedience, however, means obeying in everything. It is the greatest sacrifice a person can offer God. When we fast, give to the poor, or accept insults for God's sake, we only give part of ourselves. But when we give perfect obedience, we give our whole will. We give everything, and nothing greater can be offered.